Hello, my name is Mike Harry, and I would like to welcome you to our presentation today on the role of small business and Six Sigma in putting America back to work. To begin, let's ask the simple question, what is Six Sigma? Simply stated, it's a better way to run a business. And if we peel the onion back another layer, we find that a Sigma is a measure of the goodness in something. The more Sigmas, the better. So, if a product or process is Six Sigma, then you know it's the best. But if it's Four Sigma, it's about average. To really grasp the difference between Four and Six Sigma, consider lost luggage and flight fatalities. The difference between you losing your bags when you get on that airplane and you arriving safely at your destination, the difference is 1,800 times. This means the next time you get on an airplane, you're about 1,800 times more likely to reach your destination than your bags. So what's the implications of this from a cost point of view? Simply stated, the cost of being average is about 15% of sales. Now to put that number in perspective, let's consider some examples starting with Motorola. There they saved $2 billion by using Six Sigma. GE saved $6.6 billion. Ford Motor Company saved $1.6 billion. And that's hard money to the bottom line. Now to push this discussion even further, let's look at census data from the U.S. Department of Commerce. What we'll discover is that our gross domestic product is about $14.5 trillion, of which small business, that is business with sales of less than $100 million, accounts for about $9.4 trillion of that. This means that 65% of our gross domestic product can be accounted for by small business. Let's now start to pull a couple of facts together. Remember we said that a Four Sigma organization produces about 15% waste. So, if we take the $9.4 trillion that's accountable for by small business and apply that 15%, what we discover is that small businesses, when collectively considered, there's a total waste annually of $1.4 trillion. Wow! Now, to go a step further, we've got to recognize that our accounting systems can only trap about 50% of those costs, of that waste. So when we multiply that out by 50%, we discover that small business leaves on the table every year $706.5 billion. Now, of that $706.5 billion, and given that the median income for small business employees is $42,000 a year, then that's going to translate to jobs. How many jobs? 16.8 million new jobs could be created every year by average companies pulling that 15% off the table, which they can get at 50% of it. Now let's go another layer deeper with this understanding. Since the median sales per employee of a small business is about $228,000, and given that saving that 15%, scraping that off the table, which you can get at half of that, or about 7.5%, is equivalent to 16.8 million new jobs, then it's pretty easy to ascertain an answer to the question, how much can small business put back into the economy each year using Six Sigma? It's a whopping $3.8 trillion can be pumped back into the economy by improving the Sigma of our small businesses. And if that's not enough, consider this. Our national debt is $14.89 trillion. If we take the $3.8 trillion that we can scrape off the table each year from small business, that means we could pay off the national debt in 4 years. And finally, government is starting to get the idea. We're starting to see people like Newt Gingrich, the former Speaker of the House, step out and endorse Six Sigma as a way to cut government waste. So, when we talk about getting America back to work, let's reduce government waste with Six Sigma. Let's move to the small businesses and help them improve to bump their Sigmas and get that money off the table and put it back into the economy, creating jobs and more contribution back to the gross domestic product and eliminate the national debt. Six Sigma can do it. Thank you for your time.